Hey, I wanted to pull over for a minute. I want to share something that happened a few years ago. That me and my father had to drive over Donner Pass from going from Utah into California in the middle of winter. We were trying to beat the storms that, the forecast looked good for that week, and we thought we were going to do well. But we didn't. By the time we reached Donner Pass, the snow and the ice had already came in. And so I didn't come with chains because we thought we would make it. So we had to pull over to the side of the road and purchase chains right there, which is always a little bit more expensive. So we had the professional install the chains, and as he was installing it, I stepped out of the vehicle, and I remember that wind from that storm just coming in. And no matter how many layers I had, that chill just went right through my clothes as I was talking with the installer about getting chains on. And it was interesting listening to him. He installed them, and he said this was what he said. Go slow, stay steady, and let the chains do their job. So, as my father was sitting in the passenger seat, who is a driver, and I'm a driver, and we have a hard time being in a passenger seat. But we did what he said. We drove out onto the highway, went through the blizzard, and just let the chains do their job. Now, I don't know if you've ever driven with snow chains on. It is brutal. The sounds like the car is rattling to pieces. And it was bad. Like it was going to rip the fenders apart. The wheel was going to come off. It was just drastically challenging listening to the loudness of those chains, even at a slow, petty pace. But we trusted the installer. We trusted each other as we drove up and over Donner's Pass. And we followed the advice. Slow, steady, and let the chains do its job. And mile by mile, the chains did exactly what they were supposed to. They dug in and held. They gave us the grip to get up the road. And then when we finally came down on the other side, we pulled over, and I looked at the fender, and I was just amazed. There was no damage. There was no tear up of the fender. There was no tear around the suspension parts. It was good. And I was able to follow the steps of the installer that gave me to be able to remove the chains so we can go on with our trip. And it hit me there that all that noise, preparation really does matter. That noise of that chain, that could have been something else. But the biggest thing was trust mattered. Even though it feels rough, it might be loud in our lives, but we have to trust. We have to trust each other. We have to trust the professionals that know what they're doing. That will keep us from sliding off the road. You're not alone. God loves you. I love you. Till we ride again. Thank you.